If you want to learn how to create a monthly budget and stop wondering where your money is going after you get paid, this is the video for you. I'm going to give you a step-by-step breakdown on how I use a faith-based budget planner to help me figure out what's coming in, what's going out, how much do we have left each month, and also how to set financial goals each and every month. Let's get into the video. Okay, so this is the planner that I use, and the link will be in the description box. So I'm going to go ahead and open the planner. Okay, so this is how the monthly budget plan template looks. And I have some numbers that I'm going to use just for example purposes. So the first thing you want to do is identify your income sources. This could be from a full-time job. This can be from a part-time job, any side hustles that you have. Write out all your income sources. And so if you're someone that gets paid bi-weekly, on most months you get paid twice. And so I'm just going to add in one paycheck. I'm going to put paycheck 1. And let's just say that first paycheck is $1,850, right? Paycheck 2, $1,850 again. Now, if you're using this planner for your household, you can also put your partner's income as well. And then what we're going to do next is add these totals up to see what our monthly income is. So that brings your monthly income to $3,700. Now that we have identified our income, the next thing we want to do is identify and categorize our expenses. And so this budget planner breaks down the expenses between your wants and your needs. So needs would be rent or mortgage. And let's just say your rent or mortgage is $1,600 a month. Another need is utilities. So this can include water, electric, any utilities that you have. Total for your utilities is $250. Then you have groceries. This is going to vary from household to household. And I'm going to put $400 on here. And gas will be $110 per month. Car insurance is also a need. So I'm going to put $86 per month. And these are just rough estimates. I know the economy is crazy right now, and these amounts are probably much higher. Car note, $400. Phone bill, $125. Credit card debt. This is just so that minimum payment is at least included in your budget. And so I got credit card. Let's just say you have 2 credit cards. So I'm going to put credit card debt payment 1. Minimum payment is $35. And then your other credit card debt 2 is also a $35 minimum payment. You can also add on here any other loans you have, any afterpay payments, any buy now, pay later payments. You can add that on here as well. And then what I like to do is also add tithing as a need. So I'm going to put tithe or give, and that's going to be 10% of the income, which is $370. So these wants are going to vary from person to person. Just for example purposes, I'm going to put a gym membership. And that's going to be $30. And then I'm going to put spending money. So this is also called like fun money. Like if you want to go to the movies, like just money to have to spend in your pocket. This is going to vary based off of your income and your spending habits. So I'm going to put spending money fund. And that's going to be $150 per month. Okay. So now we're going to add these totals up. So I'm going to add the needs column up first. So I got $3,411 as my total for my needs, and for my wants, I got $180. So the next thing we're going to do is add our needs and wants up to get the amount of our total expenses. So that's going to be $3,411 plus 180, and that's going to be $3,591. Then you're going to subtract your expenses from your income. So I'm going to do $3,700 minus $3,591. And I'm going to get $109. And so this is how much money is left after all expenses are paid, all bills are paid for the entire month. And then from here, what I like to do is map out my goals for the month. So like, what are the things that I want to do with this extra money? And this just depends on what you're trying to focus on. Are you focused on saving? Are you focused on paying down debt? And so let's just say for this month, I want to focus on paying down debt. So I'm going to put credit card, debt 1, extra payment, because remember, we already included the minimum payment, but now we're making an extra payment on the debt. And I'm going to put $109. And basically what this is called is zero-based budgeting. Zero-based budgeting basically means that every single dollar has a job, it has a place to go. And so after you have completed your monthly budget, utilize the monthly expense tracker. And this is where you're going to be able to write out the date of your expenses, all of your expenses and the amount, so that you can see if what you have budgeted is actually what you're spending. If you're spending more or less, you can adjust the next month as needed. And if you like this planner, I want to show you guys something cool. The example that I just did is literally in the planner. So like if you forget how to do something, if you forget how to budget, this planner literally has an example to guide you. It even has an example on how to use the calendar and how to write out all of your bills and your due dates and how much they cost. There is a goals page, so you can write out your short-term goals, your long-term goals. There is also a Kingdom's principle page to remind you to include God in your finances. And then at the end, if you're focused on debt, there is a debt snowball checklist and also a debt payment tracker back here. There are several savings trackers back here as well. Okay, so now that I have showed you how to create your monthly budget, I want to go over some tips and also some questions that you might have about budgeting. What do you do if you calculate your budget and you subtract your expenses from your income and your expenses are more than what you make? This is why it's helpful to separate your expenses by needs and wants, because if you come into a situation where your expenses exceed your income, you can easily look at the expenses that are wants and start deducting and crossing out things that you don't need. Or maybe your spending money fund is too high. And this is something that you can do even if you're not in the negative, but you still don't have a lot left over to contribute to your goals like saving or paying off debt. You can still go back to that wants list and start deducting things and crossing them out and then recalculate your budget. Another tip that I want to give you when it comes to budgeting is that when you are writing out your expenses, it can be helpful to go look at your bank statement. Sometimes we have hidden subscriptions, things that we do not know that we're paying for. So definitely go into your bank statement before you do your budget to make sure that you know everything that's coming out of your account each month. Another question you may have is how to know if you should be focused on saving or focused on paying off debt with your remaining funds. I personally think it's important to have at least 3 to 6 months of emergency savings set aside. And once you have that, then I would start making those extra payments towards debt. Another question you may have is what to do for the bills that vary from month to month. So sometimes we have bills that may fluctuate. That may be groceries, that might be the electric bill, things like that. I would put a rough estimate of the average amount that you spend on those bills, and then also add into your budget a cushion. This is just an extra amount of money included in your budget in case you go over what you have budgeted for. You can write this into your budget as an expense, and this will be your buffer to catch those variable expenses that fluctuate up and down month to month. The budget planner that I used today in the video is linked in my description box, so go ahead and get you one if you need one. I hope this video was helpful, and if you are new here, my name is Tashana, and I create faith-based content where we talk about kingdom principles straight from the Bible, personal development, and of course, finance. So if you like this type of content and you're also interested in growing spiritually and studying the word together, I hope you subscribe. I upload Tuesdays and Fridays, and so I would love to have you join the community. Leave me a comment with your thoughts. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. I also forgot to tell you guys that I have a whole playlist on financial stewardship. So if you like this video and you want to learn more about finances, and especially finances as it pertains to God's word, I will make sure that I link the playlist in the video.